Live from WSLS, this is Virginia Today from 10 News, working for you.
Warning shots overseas.
To Iran and to Russia, I ask, what kind of a nation wants to be associated with the mass murder of innocent men, women, and children?
The fallout from the Syrian airstrikes. Joining together for one common cause.
At the end of the day, we want the community to be safe just like they do, and we do that the best when we collaborate with them.
The walk to stop violence in Southwest Virginia. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on 10 News. I'm Tommy Lopez. Rachel Lucas has the morning off.
And I'm meteorologist Beverly Perry.
Setting up to be a pretty nice day here in our area.
Yes, overall today is looking absolutely fantastic. I did a poll on Facebook yesterday, 70s and 80s, if it's pleasant or hot. So today is going to be in the pleasant category, according to everyone. So we're looking at the return of the 70s and lower 80s, but check out the temperatures that we're kicking things off with. 50s and lower 60s. We have 60 in Roanoke, Danville, and Martinsville, waking up to 52 in Blacksburg. But we do have a very active weather pattern just off to our west. Showers and thunderstorms along a very strong cold front. Even seeing some snow showers working across portions of the upper Midwest. Good spring to them, right? Unfortunately, those showers and thunderstorms are heading our way. We're looking at the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. This is the severe risk today. It is not in our area, but it is going to potentially be moving into our area for Sunday after a pleasant day today. Even cooler early next week. We give you your hour-by-hour forecast on what to expect today and also for Sunday.
The U.S. says it's sending a clear message overseas this morning. Violence towards innocent men, women, and children will not be tolerated. President Donald Trump announces America sent out several airstrikes toward facilities in Syria. This comes after U.S. officials say the Syrian regime carried out yet another chemical weapons attack against its people. CNN's Christian Holmes has more on how the president came to the decision and what potentially lies ahead.
My fellow Americans.
President Trump escalating U.S. involvement in Syria, announcing airstrikes against research and military targets after a suspected chemical attack last weekend that Syrian aid groups say left dozens dead.
The despicable attack left mothers and fathers, infants and children thrashing in pain and gasping for air.
The president said the strikes, done in coordination with France and the United Kingdom, were intended to stop Syrian President Bashar al-Assad from using chemical weapons. Secretary of Defense James Mattis, speaking later at the Pentagon, called the strikes a one-time shot aimed at the Syrian government.
We did everything we could in our intelligence assessment and our planning to minimize to the maximum degree possible any chance of civilian casualties.
Pentagon officials said the strikes were launched from U.S. aircrafts and ships, hitting 3 chemical weapons facilities. Eyewitnesses posted videos of explosions outside the capital city of Damascus. Standing just feet from his new national security advisor, John Bolton, President Trump delivered a message to Syrian allies.
To Iran and to Russia, I ask, what kind of a nation wants to be associated with the mass murder of innocent men, women, and children?
Russia's ambassador to the U.S. saying these actions will not be left without consequences. In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes.
Here you see video of fighter jets taking off from a British Royal Air Force base. It's not clear where they're headed as of now, but they did leave the facility just moments before President Trump's announcement. The U.S., France, and Britain all worked in unison to carry out that precision attack against the Syrian regime. Some Virginia lawmakers are weighing in on the president's decision to launch the airstrikes in Syria. Senator Tim Kaine says President Trump's decision to do it was illegal because he did not seek approval from Congress. He dug in deeper by calling the president's move reckless. Kaine has been an outspoken critic of President Trump. New this morning, an Augusta County man is thrown in jail following his release from the hospital. 58-year-old William Boxler is accused of stabbing a 57-year-old woman. Police say he tried to flee from them in his vehicle, but it overturned. Boxler and the stabbing victim were both taken to the University of Virginia Medical Center for treatment. He faces several charges stemming from this incident that includes breaking and entering with intent to commit a malicious wounding. 10 News has been working for you to follow an alleged road rage incident that turned deadly earlier this week. We now know who died in the shooting on the Blue Ridge Parkway. 20-year-old Hector Munguia. The family's lawyer says the 20-year-old died in the shooting, releasing a statement saying the family is devastated by Munguia's death. They remember him as a kind, gracious, and loving father. He moved to the United States as a child. As we've reported, the man who was allegedly responsible for Munguia's death is a retired Roanoke City police officer. Munguia leaves behind 2 children. We've been working for you to uncover new details on a missing woman who was found dead. A recently revealed arrest warrant appears to point the blame at one specific person. Felix Jefferson III is the only person who's been arrested in connection with this case of 22-year-old Lisa Henderson. He's being charged with accessory after the fact. Jefferson was supposed to appear in court yesterday morning, but he and his attorney made the decision to withdraw that request. Police say Jefferson either received, relieved, comforted, or assisted a man named Marquis Williams after he knowingly committed a homicide offense. 10 News got the chance to speak with Henderson's mother earlier this week. She revealed Williams is her daughter's boyfriend. One local attorney told us Jefferson decided not to have a bond hearing. That simply means that he and his attorney are not ready to present their case.
I think it's always smart to be ready. I think you can cause more trouble for yourself to rush forward, and so I think it's probably a wise step on everybody's part to be ready before this hearing takes place.
We tried to ask the Campbell County Sheriff's Office if Henderson's boyfriend is a suspect, but they told us that they're not commenting on an active investigation. There's an effort to stop the violence in Southwest Virginia. Dozens of people in Lynchburg marched toward the city's police department. However, these people were not alone in this cause. Police officers also joined in to show support and unity in the face of what people are calling a growing threat of violence in the Hill City. 10 News reporter Allison Wickline has more on what went down.
On average, Lynchburg sees about 3 or 4 homicides a year. But so far this year, the city has already hit 3. That's why dozens hit the streets Friday to fight for change.
We said right now in the name of Jesus, it shall stop, God.
Prayer filled this backyard on Madison Street in Lynchburg Friday evening. This is not only the site of prayer, but the site of a recent shooting that left 33-year-old Jamal Pennell dead. The deadly shooting marked the 3rd homicide in the city this year. And that's why these people say they are praying.
Because we got a lot of work to do.
Pastor Dorothy Smith planned the prayer event to encourage change, but also to bridge the gap between residents and law enforcement. After a meeting on Madison Street, Dorothy and her new friends, including Lynchburg police officers, marched to the police department to ask questions and have more conversation about the state of crime in the city.
The police has come together, has emerged with us in the community, and they want to show the people that they're not the bad guys, but they are here for our protection.
You are the eyes and the ears, and we rely upon people like you.
During the event, officers acknowledged the recent violence in the city and said without the help of the community, especially witnesses, officers simply cannot solve everything. Officers say help from witnesses in the community actually helped lead them to the suspect in Pennell's death. 18-year-old Rodney Spinner was arrested and charged with 2nd-degree murder. In studio, Allison Wickline, 10 News, working for you.
New this morning, an investigation is underway following a break-in at the Country Corner store in Halifax County. Police are saying this is the man responsible for it. They also believe it's possible he was traveling in a silver sedan. If you have any idea who he is, the Halifax County Sheriff's Office asks you call them immediately. New this morning, the Bedford County Sheriff's Office needs your help in finding whoever is responsible for stealing a steel gas trimmer from one local school. This is surveillance video here of a white van pulling up to the front of that school. You can see it there on the right side. 2 men exit that vehicle before making off with the trimmer. Deputies say the van was headed toward Bedford. The van appears to be a white 2010 or newer Ford E250 or E350. If you have any information on this incident, you're asked to call police immediately. Shaping up to be a pretty nice day. You may even say it's approaching the word hot today. Storm Team 10 meteorologist Beverly Perry has more for us. Beverly?
Good morning, Tommy. Yes, I definitely use the word hot, but overall, a lot of folks think it's pleasant. Overall, very pleasant right now. Temperatures kicking off in the 50s and even lower 60s at this hour. We're waking up to 60 in Roanoke, 59 in Lynchburg, Smith Mountain Lake coming in at 61. It is 56 in Hillsville. Looking to be an absolutely gorgeous day. We'll be in and out of the cloud cover, mostly mid-level and high-level clouds, so not completely blocking out the sunshine for us, but check it out. By the time 11 o'clock rolls around, we should be in the lower 70s, pushing the upper 70s by the mid-afternoon. But we have a very active weather pattern just off to our west. You can definitely see those warning boxes and watch boxes. We have severe and strong thunderstorms working across the mid-south, the deep south. A whole lot of activity to our north, seeing a lot of snow across Minnesota, Iowa, and even Michigan. This system, this complex system, is heading our way. But first, we get to enjoy a very nice day. The winds, though, they do kick up later on this morning. Wind gusts upwards to about 25 miles per hour, much like what we had yesterday, ushering in that warmth and also increasing our moisture levels. So you're going to notice a little bit higher humidity levels later on this afternoon, with those temperatures topping out in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Then we turn our attention after midnight tonight. That's when we could see some showers and even a few isolated thunderstorms after midnight out ahead of that cold front that's currently off to our west. And that's certainly going to be the case through the 7 o'clock hour. Just a few hit or miss rain showers and an isolated thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. But the time frame that we're really watching, late afternoon into the early evening hours, where we could potentially see a squall line, a very narrow band of showers and thunderstorms containing gusty winds, potentially some small hail, and we also cannot rule out at this time the potential for an isolated tornado. Keeping close tabs on this system because it does have that history right now. So through the 5 o'clock hour, notice the very dark shadings of even purples and oranges. Some very heavy rainfall will in fact be associated with this system. We're looking at the potential of localized flooding, as a matter of fact. Notice by 7 o'clock, still marching across the viewing area, very heavy rainfall across Blacksburg, portions of Roanoke now. Even 9 o'clock starting to make it into our eastern fringe counties towards South Boston, Danville, Lynchburg, getting in on that activity too. Very robust system, and I think it's going to start to outrun its dynamics after midnight, and it will be clearing very quickly. A few spotty showers will be possible on the backside of this system, but we are in fact in a slight risk for severe weather. This is again for Sunday right near Roanoke and portions to our south and even towards South Boston too in the yellow shaded counties. Right now, the main threat is damaging winds, but again, we can't rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado. Also, localized flooding will in fact be possible, upwards to 2 inches and even higher, especially if we can get those thunderstorms training, getting in a single line and continuing to work across an area. But today, no problems. Mixture of sun and clouds, very warm, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Showers do move in after midnight tonight. We're looking at showers and thunderstorms again on Sunday. Time frame that we're watching, late Sunday afternoon and into the evening hours. It moves out quickly overnight. Then we have some clearing upon us, slightly cooler temperatures.
It's going to be a soggy end to the weekend.
Yes, it definitely will be. Overall, do stay tuned to us here and online.
Yeah.
We'll keep you up to date with this system.
A little cold Monday too. One of those declining days where it hits the high and then the temperatures go down.
Yes, the high is definitely going to be near midnight, but we're looking at afternoon temperatures in the lower 50s and upper 40s. So maybe a shock to the system compared to what we've been experiencing.
Not too bad though.
No.
We'll enjoy the weather today. All right, Beverly, thank you. And what's news today? There's an event to bring togetherness in the Roanoke community. A lot of people are expected to come out to the 28th annual Pride in the Park Festival. It kicks off today at noon, and the event lasts all weekend. Enjoy live music out there, entertainment, and the diversity parade as it marches throughout Elmwood Park. There will be local vendors there, and nonprofits will be on hand for the event. One organizer from Roanoke Pride says they expect around 10,000 people to attend this year. And we're going to hear more from an organizer about what's going on at this event coming up in about 30 minutes. Showing crime victims the resources available to them. Dozens of law enforcement agencies will hold demonstrations today in the Wells Fargo Plaza. There are going to be activities for children to interact with law enforcement, as well as information sessions for adults to learn more about local community groups and service providers. The demonstrations begin at 1 p.m. Today's event is all a part of an effort to bring awareness to National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Law enforcement all over the country have been working all week to better prepare citizens in the event that they become a victim of a crime. New this morning, putting a cap on National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. One woman is being honored for her great work here in the Star City. Ashley Shepard, there she is. She's the winner of the City of Roanoke's 2018 Telecommunicator of the Year Award. Shepard has been with the Roanoke Police Department for 9 years. Her supervisors say she's known for her positive attitude, exceptional work performance, and dedication. The cost of prescription drugs continues to skyrocket across America. We take a look at ways you can spend less money on your meds. That's coming up in 3 minutes. Stay with us.